fellow YouTubers. I'm Christopher Galosi at Galosi Enterprises, LLC. And today we're going to keep with the tradition of preserving the harvest. So we got 2 pumpkins from my garden, also known as Pumpkinzilla. I got one of the smallest pumpkins right here, and I got one of the medium large pumpkins. There's actually a couple more pumpkins that are bigger. They met their fate in a cruel way. They became pumpkin bread and pumpkin pie, and they were tasty, and I enjoyed it. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin puree, and we're going to take the seeds and how we can preserve them for next season. My friend Matt Roy is going to take the pumpkin puree and he's going to turn it into pumpkin bread and pumpkin pie, as well as he's going to take the seeds and roast them. So, what you're going to need is a colander, preferably one with the small holes, smaller the better. To get a nice, smooth, creamy puree, you should use a food mill, a plate and coffee filters, and a knife. Let's get started. Alright, now that we got our pumpkin all sliced up, one of the things you could do is use the back of the knife to scrape out. If you don't want to use the back of the knife because you're afraid you'll cut yourself, you use a large spoon, and all you do is get it and just scrape in like so, till you got the soft fleshy part, and just scoop it out. So right here, you're just trying to get all the stringies out. And your pumpkin, when it's all said and done with, will look like this. As you can see, there's no stringies in here, and you're actually at the fleshy part. Once this is done, you just put it on a cookie tray. I like to put mine face down, it's a little bit easier. And you go to the next one, and then just keep on going. Yes, it's time consuming, but it's actually worth it in the long run. Okay, what we're going to do now, put the pumpkin in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 minutes to start. From there, we'll double check it, and we want to wait until it gets nice and soft. So stay tuned. While we're waiting for our pumpkin to bake, we're going to work on our seeds. The easiest way to do it, get the water, make sure it's cold, and then just start running your hand in it like so. And you just want to use the finger method. And you're trying to get out all this stringy matter. So this is actually pretty time consuming. And you just shut it down. You go like that. And you're just breaking it down. And if you toss a couple seeds out, well, it happens. You'll just pick them up in the long run. But And I just come in, just keep this action going. And again, just kind of sift through here. Drop it in. Okay, now that we've finished pulling off most of the stringies, or what we want to call the pumpkin, and cleaning it with a colander, just put it down on a brown paper bag, and then you just smooth it out. And you can still see there's some stringies, like the little orange guys, and that's okay. We'll just pick them up later. So what we're going to do now is just spread them out like this onto the paper and let it dry overnight. Now, with that being said, we can save some of these and use them for the garden, and then take the others and roast them and call it a day. Alright, fellow YouTubers, it's been about an hour, so we're going to pull it out and we're going to check it. Now, what you're looking for is like a sponginess, and right now this isn't even close to spongy and soft. It's still very hard. So we're going to put it in and we're going to wait at least another 30 minutes. Okay, fellow YouTubers, it's been about 2 hours and these are nice and soft. If you look right here, you see how soft they are, and as you can see, it just soaks right in and like that. And that's what you want. You want to have it really soft and kind of gooey. So with that being said, we're going to let this cool for a little bit and then we're going to scrape it out. So stay tuned. Alright, now that our pumpkin is cooled down, all we do is just take it and just scoop it out, and then we dump it into a food mill. Now if you don't have a food mill, you can easily just put it into the bowl and have a potato masher just mash it up, but I prefer using the food mill because it gives it a nice smoother consistency. So just scoop it out like you would do like any other thing, like a cantaloupe, what have you. And you really don't have to worry about overloading this guy, because as you can see, it's just coming right up. Guy. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to just dump this into, as you see, we're just dumping it in here. Bit. And just once again use the food mill. You can anchor it away. And just go like that. Now this doesn't take that long. It's actually very quick. Now what's nice about this is that with the fiber that's left over in the food mill, you can save it and use it for pumpkin bread. You just come right down like this. And that's what you're looking at. Now this is still very moist. Now there's going to be one more step you're going to do, and that is you're going to put it in the colander and you're going to let it sit overnight. Now we've strained our puree, and what we're going to do now, the final step, we're going to put coffee filters into the colander here so we can strain off the liquid. Now with this step, you're going to need just any old generic coffee filters, a bowl of water, and a plate. Now, the trick here to keep these guys flat is to wet the inside of the colander, as you see how I'm doing it, and it should stick. Then we get our puree mash, put it in. You can see it's kind of soupy. That being said, we get our plate, put our plate in, we get our bowl, fill it with water, and you put it on. Now you're going to notice it's going to sink in a little bit, that's fine. Now, if you look down here, you can already see the water squeezing out of it. You leave that sit overnight, and come the morning, you have your puree, it's dry, you're ready to go, so you can make pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, or anything else you need with pumpkins. With that, if you want to see the final product, I'll send you a link over to Matt Roy's video of him making pumpkin bread. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.